Hi readers, it's Lori. Welcome back to my channel, Books, Ink, and Paper, or welcome if this is your first time. I'm so happy that all of you are here watching today, and you may be confused by the title of this particular video. In this sense, I don't mean bookends that hold up my books. What I mean is books that are a bit of a loose end for me. And there's a couple reasons why this happened. One, because I wasn't thinking ahead about my book clubs completely. And two, I did end up buying a few books on the last days of July in anticipation of No by August. So today I'm sharing with you a book haul of a couple of physical books, and by a couple I mean four. And then I'm also going to tell you about the books I forgot to add to my TBR or pile of possibilities to make sure that I am all set for my next book club. So let's get started. So this first one is a gift from my partner, totally unexpected, came in the mail, and I had never heard of this series, and it's also a very special edition. So this is Young Sherlock Holmes, Red Leech by Andrew Lane. I love the spyglass. Okay, so this is a limited edition run. They're only running 500 copies, first edition. This is number 258. It's signed by the author as well. And I just love it. I love Sherlock Holmes, and this is in pristine condition, obviously, brand new. But again, I had never heard of this. So this is what would Sherlock Holmes' life have been like and his investigations been like when he was a younger person? So he knows that adults keep secrets, it says, but he didn't expect to find the world's most famous assassin apparently living in Surrey when he's meant to be dead. And his own brother is somehow involved. So when no one will tell you the truth, sometimes you have to risk all to discover it for yourself. So begins an adventure that will lead Sherlock to America, to the center of a deadly web where life and death are cheap and truth has a price no sane person would pay. I love that synopsis so much, and I'm so excited about this. It is really short. I am going to kind of look at more of this because I have never heard of this author before, nor have I heard of this series, but there's another one, it says coming soon, another one called Black Ice, which is funny because I think I have another book called Black Ice. And let me see when this was published. Copyright 2010. This would be a middle grade book, I would say, somewhere between middle grade and young adult, but I can't wait to take a look at this. I'm just so excited. So I wanted to show you, for those of you who are fans of Sherlock Holmes and or those of you who are fans of first editions that are somewhat special, it just blew me away. All right, then we'll talk about my haul of other books. I mentioned this in a title the other day in my video, but I did go ahead the last day of July and order Someone We Know by Sherry Lapina. Oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever not to say it that way. I I had to have it. I'm just going to say I had to have it. It bothered me that I didn't have it. It bothers me that I don't know what happened to it. But I got this on Pango, and this was a great seller. I'll put the name here as well because I like to make sure to mention who sent these books. It's in the exact condition that I expected it would be. It was a really great price, and I definitely will plan to reread these. If you saw my video that went up earlier this past week, I am determined to get back to some of these because they just stayed with me so much, but especially this one because the little boy tinkering around in people's homes and finding out their secrets is a really great plot, right? So I got that, and I was happy to be able to support a Pango seller. Okay, so then I got my Book of the Month Club selections, thanks to my friend Pam. I realized that I could order them early before September, so I wouldn't have to use that as a okay for me in August, and then I can order them after September 1st or on September 1st next month and stay out of the no-buy window. So I decided to do that. I ordered this first one because this is an author that I have read before, and I think I've had another one of hers that came from Book of the Month. This is Stacey Willingham, and this is Forget Me Not. I have been eyeing this one. I may have put it on most anticipated reads for the month of August. I enjoyed A Flicker in the Dark very much. I've pretty much remember what happened in that book. And I also have All the Dangerous Things on my TBR to read, and I've had it for a bit. So that would be a backlist read for me. But this one is just so gorgeous. I mean, really, look at this. If you can't tell, this is a car. So the premise of this is that Natalie, Claire Campbell's older sister, disappeared shortly after her 18th birthday, and they discovered a car with her blood in it, and they found a man they could then determine that he had something to do with this, so he was arrested and the case was closed. And they've all been trying to move on and forget about what happened. But then Claire's father calls her unexpectedly, and whatever happens, that forces her to come back home and kind of be in the space of all of this again, because she's moved away and she's tried to forget it. But now she's got to spend the summer in South Carolina. And she then discovers some things in this house that she's staying at in South Carolina. I don't want to know too much about this, but she discovers some things I think that are linked to this crime or something that happened to her sister, Natalie, all those years ago. And Natalie was about 18, I think, something like that. And Claire was older, obviously. Stacey Willingham, I think, did a great job in the book that I read by her of setting the tone of the novel, of developing the characters and the plot. And I remember the first one, Flicker in the Dark, is set in Louisiana, and it was very well developed in the sense of that place and time. So I'm sure that this one will be great as well. I may not get to this one though until I get to, because I'm trying to, read the backlist, All the Dangerous Things, because I've had it for a bit and I feel bad about it. But I had to get this one because I don't know if she's an auto-buy author for me forever, but for now, definitely she is. And then this nonfiction piece shocked me because I'd never heard of it and how much I wanted to read it. So The Man No One Believed, The Untold Story of the Georgia Church Murders by Joshua Sharp. Now, Joshua Sharp is an audio and an editing journalist, and he has he has investigated and helped two people at least go free for a charge that they didn't commit. This book is very similar. A white man walks into a church in Georgia and he kills two leaders of the Black community, well-respected, well-known leaders, a man and his wife. And he is, he's gone. Nobody knows what happened to him. He vanished in the night. And for 15 years, the case went unsolved until authorities somehow zeroed in on another guy, and he was wrongfully convicted of this particular murder. So years and years and years went by before they solved this, and Joshua was going to tell us how that happened, and I cannot wait. So this one is really, really something I'd like to get to sooner than later. And it's not terribly long. This one is 260 pages, including the index in the back. So yeah, nice, quick, I'm sure, read. Okay, now the next loose book ends for me. I did not get to finish the book that I was supposed to finish for the month of August, and there were two reasons for that. One, I had a little stomach bug for a bit, and I just was really under the weather and could not focus on anything at that point. There was a couple of us that ended up with the stomach bug, so I think it was a bug and not anything we ate, because some of us weren't even together. But nevertheless, we're all feeling better. And because I didn't finish that book, I realized that one of the challenges was that, and I may still finish it, one of the challenges was that I didn't start reading it in plenty of time. So I don't want that to happen this month either. Now I have a giant pile of possibilities, and I have some other things that I need to get to, but The Favorites is one of those things. So The Favorites is by Lane Fargo. This is a book I started before and didn't finish because I had it from the library, as I do now, and I wasn't getting into it. I probably got about maybe 35 to 40 pages in, and then I had to return it, and it wasn't renewable. I just kind of left it at that point. This is about two ice skaters, a girl and a young boy, and they meet as teenagers, and they really support each other through some really difficult times and become maybe more than friends. I'm not quite yet sure, but they are amazing. you know, athletes. They're amazing performers, and something occurs, and they, I think, break up, and they're not skating together anymore, of course. And yeah, it just feels like this one is a favorite of a lot of people, but also it feels like if I'm going to get this read, I need to start it fairly soon, which overwhelms me a bit. I am really considering how to be less overwhelmed. So sometimes I think I'm just going to have to say no to some things, which may be this thing, but it is a book club read, and I voted yes on this for my for Krista's patron, why did I say it like that, group, and we're having a book club, I think at the end of the month or maybe the beginning of September. But I tried this one before as well. I own this one and have owned it since it came out. I was very excited about it, the premise of it. Everyone in my family has killed someone by Benjamin Stevenson. I think I had a couple of problems with it at the time. I don't love books where the character narrates and breaks the fourth wall. It really makes me, I don't know why, it doesn't always work for me. But now that I know that that's what's going to happen, perhaps I won't have the same reaction to it as I did before. But a lot of people love this book. It's now had several others, I think, after it, and I just don't know what it was that didn't work for me. It says it's a book for people who love Knives Out and Clue and Agatha Christie and the Thursday Murder Club, and so I don't know. But Ernie Cunningham has a family. They're all very kind of wicked people, and they're having some kind of a meeting or reunion or something. And as I remember, it's the mountains, and it might be cold as well. And they're getting together to have a reunion. But he also, 3 years ago, witnessed his brother kill a man, and he turned his brother in. So there's a bit of a rift there, as you can imagine, and I'm sure the family is very distrusting. So are they going to start to go after each other? I don't know. But if I do have time to get to this loose book end, I will try to do that, and for the sake of being with the group in the Krista's patron, because they're wonderful people, and a lot of them are good friends of mine. But yes, I just could not get to it before. Let me read you the synopsis on the back because it is kind of clever. Everyone in my family has killed someone. Some of us, the high achievers, have killed more than once. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it is the truth. Some of us are good, others are bad, and some just unfortunate. Have I killed someone? Yes, I have. Who was it? Let's just get started. Yes, please. Someday. Someday. Jane Harper absolutely loved it. I don't know what happened at that point, but it just, like I said, if I had known, maybe I would have processed it differently. But I guess I thought, I don't know, I thought it was unnecessary, but we'll see how I do. You can maybe take bets on whether or not I'm going to get to this or finish it in my reading lifetime, if you'd like. But that is all the books that I have hauled or that I am bringing forward as a loose end on my TBR pile of possibilities for now. I'm not going to be buying anymore. I can't say I won't go to the library, but really there's no need to go to the library because I have so many books that I could be reading. This is shelves of riches, really, when you think about it. And I need nothing more in my life than I already have. So that is all of the books that I hauled in the month of July for real, and some loose ends that I have for my pile of possibilities for August. So thanks for watching today. Thanks for your comments, your love, the things you say just make my day. Really, I do read some of the comments, but I know I'm so behind on getting responses to those. So I'm going to try to catch up very, very soon. It's just been a really weird, I say this all the time, but it's really been a really weird month so far. But next week looks pretty slow, so we shall see. If you are new here and you would like to let me know about you and anything else that is important for me to know, if you have a channel, if you know what you read, those kinds of things, please do make a comment as well. I love to get to know people, and I, of course, know a lot of you very, very well. I feel like you are more like my family sometimes. But thanks very, very much. And if you don't want to say anything, you can leave an emoji in the comment section, and you can choose whichever emoji works for you. I am looking forward to fall, even though it's just August. So You can put some leaves in there if you also are really hoping that things get a little cooler soon, because I gotta tell you, it is beastly hot here in the South, and from what I see, it's beastly hot everywhere. So something chilled, cold, a nice fall leaf, whatever works for you. And as always, happy reading. Bye.